come to you from the birthplace of the Negro Leagues, Kansas City, Missouri, where tonight the Indianapolis Clowns kick off their first ever headlining series in a big league park as they host the Savannah Bananas right here in Kauffman Stadium. And we've got dueling southpaws for the occasion as the lanky lefty Daniel Foster gets the ball for the Clowns while the Bananas counter with the ever-crafty Missouri native Noah Nisnik. Tough to dream up a better night for it. It's about 80 degrees and sunny in KC around a half hour before our first pitch, and we already have over 38,000 fans in Kauffman Stadium for tonight's contest. The third ever clash between the Clowns and Bananas here in this inaugural season of the Banana Ball Championship League. As we welcome you inside with Josh Tolevsky and Cam Stewart, I'm Biko Scala. Happy Saturday night here in virtual Banana Land. Thank you so much for spending it with us here from Kansas City. We got to start with you, Cam, because these Clowns are scorching hot and coming off a powerful series win in Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, if you like offense, you are in the right place. 51 hits and 45 runs, 4 Clowns with multi-homer games last weekend, and a big series win after dropping the first one.
It was really fun to see. And the Bananas coming off a series split against the Tailgaters in Knoxville.
Yeah, pitching got them the win in Game 1, and they had 29 trick plays in that series. They still lost the equalizer point in Game 2, and that was the reason for that series split, as they're still trying to keep their place in first in the Banana Ball Championship League.
It's one thing to talk about it. Let's show you the moving pictures that set the scene for this battle here tonight. It was a Bill Leroy walk-off sprint to win the second inning last Thursday night in Covenant Health Park, home of the Knoxville Smokies. And then how about Reese Alexiadis? His 5th steal of first base this year. That's tied for the tour lead. And one pitch later, Dan Oberst, the RBI double to double the lead for the Nanners. So they're up 2-0, top of the 5th, bases loaded, and Alexiadis showing off the chooch. What a throw from Super Reese, gunning down Pippersick at the dish to keep the Tailgaters off the board.
And faked the tip drill that helped him secure that double play. An inning later, it was Reese Alexiadis, the walk-off hero for the Bananas, making it a 3-0 contest. But in the 8th inning, with 2 on and 2 outs, Zach Watson, a double over the head of Robert Anthony Cruz. That would plate 2 for the Tailgaters in the top of the 8th. They would get their first point, but it would not be enough. Danny Hosley, the man nailing down the save and the 3-1 victory in Covenant Health Park.
A sight for sore eyes for the Nanners, who had dropped 4 straight games to the Tailgaters, going back to that 2-game sweep in the finale of the Banana Ball Open. And then 2 nights later, the second largest game in Banana Ball history, 101,000 fans on hand in Neyland Stadium, home of the Tennessee Vols. Taylor Justice with the inning-winning single to take the point in the first, and then Robert Anthony Cruz with the equalizer on the solo home run to left to win the 4th inning.
Well, then Alvin Kamara came in to pinch run for the Savannah Bananas, and he didn't have to really strain himself all that hard. Dan Oberst, a walk-off 2-run homer to score him, give the Bananas the lead, and an inning later, Ty Jackson would extend it to a 3-1 ball game. But the Tailgaters started to creep back in the 7th. Zach Watson taking Kelsey Whitmore deep.
Yeah, it was a big inning for the Tailgaters. They earned the point there, and then it would be a pair of homers. Kyle Martin is the one we'll show you. Taylor Justice had one afterwards. That would be enough to give Brett Sanchez an inning lead in the 8th inning, and then Hussein between the leg transfer for the 15th trick play of the ball game. One more than the Bananas going into the final inning. That earns the equalizer point for the away team Tailgaters, and that would be the difference in the ball game. Reese Miller strands the bases loaded, gets Alexiadis, Thursday night's hero, to pop out to Mr. Looters at second base. And as you see, at the end of it all, 30 trick plays in that battle, 59 trick plays across the 2-game series between the 2 top teams in the sport. And it was a wild back-and-forth affair, each of them, as you take a look at the numbers behind that 2-game set.
Yeah, those 2 teams were playing like there was a championship on the line last weekend. It felt like playoff Banana Ball, and you see the Tailgaters just a little bit better with those trick plays on Saturday. And meanwhile, the Savannah Bananas just 4-5 here in the month of May, but they remain undefeated against the Indianapolis Clowns this season. They're hoping they can end May on the right note.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Bananas have to be thrilled to be back in a big league park here in the home of the Kansas City Royals, because across their 9 games this year, 6-3 in Major League Baseball stadiums. The batting average actually just 1 point above their tour average. They're hitting 295 this year. But the big numbers, they're averaging over 7 runs scored per game, and the ERA 4.52. That's over 2 runs better than the tour average.
And they've been better with guys in scoring position this season when playing in MLB parks. That's a big reason the runs and hits have been so timely for them all season long. Meanwhile, the pitching has continued to be dominant here in the Major League parks, and they get to turn to a Missouri native, Noah Nisnik, tonight here in KC.
All right, we're up to speed on the Nanners. When we come back, we'll get Cam cooking on some Tacoma, Washington highlights for those Indianapolis Clowns.
What is up, Kansas City? Yo, 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 how you feeling? Well, we just got one question for you. Do you need something? Are you ready to see the original baseball circus? Well, we got plenty of that coming your way because we like to clown around all day. So get ready to clap your hands and stomp those feet because at the end of the day, we all need somebody to lift us up. You, me, them, everybody. Oh, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love. Oh, yeah. Someone to love. Someone to love. Sweetheart to me. Sweetheart to me. A sugar to kid. Sugar to kid. I need you, you, you. I need you, you, you. I need you, you, you. I need you.
Give it up one more time for the original baseball circus, your Indianapolis Clowns! Now, fans, stay on your feet. It's time to meet the Savannah Bananas!
Welcome back to Banana Ball live on True TV. The festivities, pregame shenanigans, the pomp and circumstance, all well underway as the Indianapolis Clowns have their first headlining series in a big league park. How apropos that it's here in Kansas City, where the Negro Leagues were born and where the Negro League Baseball Museum lives here today. As we welcome you back inside, that's Josh Chalevsky. He is Cam Stewart. I am Biko Scala. We're going to take a look back at what happened last weekend in Tacoma, Washington, a historic battle between the Clowns and Party Animals. It started with a tight Party Animals win 3-2 on Friday night. Then the Clowns came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, things got crazy after that in games 2 and game 3. Let's pick it up early in the game. Second inning, Party Animals up 1-0 on Saturday. Well, there's 2 runs back anyway by Dale Francis Jr. You're going to hear that name quite a bit. Flash forward, already 4 runs in the third. Nico Holsizer send it into orbit. That's going to add to the total of that inning. Clowns take it 1-1. Andy Cosgrove back home, tarps off. Home run on, way out of the ballpark in Tacoma. That is going to cut into the lead. Still 2-1 Clowns. Dale Francis Jr., can I get an encore? Yes, sir, you can. Oppo Taco to add to that total. He's going to have even more time on the highlights this weekend. Andy Cosgrove, he's got plenty of time for it, too. Tarp stays on, same result. Second home run off tonight's starter, Daniel Foster. And then Joe Gray Jr., giddy up. That one gets out of here in a hurry. It was a home run derby in Tacoma.
It's wild to see the balls launching out of Cheney Stadium. And then what a play. There was a little bit of defense going on up in the Pacific Northwest as well. Brian Dancer, a perfect strike to the dish to win the 5th inning.
That is the inning-winning run cut down at the plate, and you get some scuba and some raptor to go with it. Andy Cosgrove, 2 is not enough. I need a 3-homer game in my homecoming. The 3rd banana ball player ever to do it. All party animals, by the way. Let's go to the 8th, where things get real nuts. Joe Lytle starts it off. 2-run double, and check the clock here, folks. Just over 10 minutes remaining.
Seems like plenty
in the ball game. You'd think so, right? Just got to get 2 more outs, and here we have some fun with 2. Kirkland Banks, ball 4 sprint, brings it in, and we get to some final inning magic as the clock runs out. 8-6 the final after a Party Animals quasi comeback. Gage Voorhees slams the door.
Yeah, it turns out it was not enough time. Timer ran out for a 2nd straight game in the 8th inning, which means every run scored counts as a point. It was a 5-run 8th. That's how the Indianapolis Clowns cruised to that 8-6 win.
Yeah, and Dale Francis Jr., Banana Ball Player of the Week. Probably the most famous Dale Jr. in the history of sports, and you can see why. 3 for 5 with a couple of homers. He was all over this. Let's go to Game 3, where Dale Francis will get on the action as well. But first, hey, how do you do? Let's start off the game with a Bobby Leday 2-run jack in the 1st inning. Clowns say, hey, that offense was no fluke. We're the highest scoring team in the BBCL for a reason. And then with Vava on the mic, Joe Gray Jr., his 3rd home run of the weekend and homers in 4 of the last 5. Cowboy Joe getting pretty hot once again. 2-1 lead in the 4th. TJ Reeves said, you say something about hot? I'm going to go opposite field for the first ever regulation grand slam in banana ball history. That just ties the game at 2. Oh, this one just finds a way. Right up the middle, a walk-off for ball home, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Party Animals. And folks, this is a replay, but this really isn't a replay because ball home does it again in the 7th. Walks it off, makes it 4-2, but let's do the crazy 8th inning again. Joe Lytle starts it off. Deja vu all over again. Ball 4 sprint brings in a run, and then Dale Francis Jr. Praise Dale. Leaves the yard again, 3-run jack, and look at that timer. It is running out as a wild pitch gets away. It is a 6-run frame, and Nick Wilson shuts the door with a 1:37 in the half inning. Down 4-2 in the 8th. They make it the final inning and win it 8-4 to take the series. How crazy is Banana Ball?
I mean, legitimately ridiculous conclusions to those final 2 games. A combined 11 runs in those 8th and final innings for the Clowns as JBJ 4 for 5. The only out he made in this game was a foul out to the fans.
And that was the 5th time he was named the showman of the game this season. The Clowns have 9 wins. JBJ has been the showman in 5 of them. It is unbelievable the kind of superstar stuff they've gotten from him. And Cam, you mentioned the deja vu on Saturday and Sunday. So we dived deeper into the numbers. You saw both innings lasted over 9 minutes long, but it was the Clowns capitalizing in the runs that became points. 11 across those 2 games, 9 hits for Indianapolis. It was wild stuff.
The Clowns did not lead going into the final inning of either game. They were tied on Saturday, down by 2 on Sunday. But that's Banana Ball for you. It was a talk of strategy. The Clowns end up bringing out their big bats, and that's how they get the series win.
Hey, let's get the rules of our young sport of Banana Ball.
Banana Ball is the fastest and most entertaining show in sports. And the 11 rules guarantee the most fans-first experience every second.
Unbelievable! Welcome to the Banana Ball Championship League!
Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. The team that scores the most runs in an inning wins the point.
It's a walk-off winner to the deepest part of the field! Oh my goodness!
With the equalizer point, trick plays provide the away team an opportunity to earn a point going into the final inning. And in the final inning, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, Banana Ball has a 2-hour time limit, guaranteeing that every game is fast-paced and action-packed. Rule number 3, no stepping out of the batter's box. If you do, it will result in a strike.
Max stepped out of the box, and because he stepped out of the box, that's it!
Rule number 4, no bunting. because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base.
Ball 3, Gideon taken off for first, throw from Leroy, in time!
Rule number 6, there's no walks. Walks are ball 4 sprints. The batter can advance as far as they want until every position player touches the ball.
Those defenders have touched the banana ball. It is a 4-base sprint to open up the ball game.
Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, foul balls caught by a fan count as an out.
Oh, they caught it! They did! They did caught it on the third point! We're going to showdowns!
Rule number 9, the showdowns. In showdowns, the best of the best face off in the biggest moment. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder behind him. And the hitter has to score.
Deep to right center! See you later!
Rule number 10, the Banana Ball Challenge rule gives the coaches and you, the fans, a chance to impact a call on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter. Once a game, each team can give any player an at-bat, regardless of the lineup. This offers the biggest matchups on the biggest stage.
Big on big. Gamer, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Get out of here, ball! That thing had a family!
And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
Let's go. Yeah, for those of you who want to know what we're all about, this is the fastest show in sports right now. Fans first, whole crowd loud, nonstop. You blink once, you might miss the whole show. It's 10% luck and 20% skill, 15% of always giving crowds a thrill, 5% dance and 50% insane, and 100% reason they remember the game. Number 1, win the inning, you must hit from the beginning. If you score the highest score, then you're on the road to winning. Number 2, if we're tied, a showdown will arise. A one-on-one of ages, put it on the clock. And number 3, if we're tied, a showdown will arise. A one-on-one of ages with a fielder on the side. Number 4, we don't bunt, we start hitting from the jump. If you do it, you can leave, get ejected, call the ump. Number 5, here we like to keep up the pace. You better keep in mind the batter can't steal the first base. Number 6, ain't no walks in banana ball. We sprint on ball, 4 to all, 9 fielders touch the ball. And 7, a batter can't step out of the box, and if he does, it's a strike. He paid the cost. And number 8, no visits to the mound allowed, and if we catch you slipping, we might throw you out. Number 9, each team is allowed to challenge one umpire, calling things feel unbalanced. And yes, even you get to join in on the fun. The fans get a challenge too. Ain't that something? Number 10, the one and only golden batter. He could hit in any spot, it ain't nobody better. And 11, if a fan catches a foul ball, listen out, that's all. The rules of banana ball.
Fans, let's hear it for Brandon! And now, fans, direct your attention to the field and welcome Jarius and the cast of your Indianapolis Clowns!
Welcome back to Banana Ball, live on True TV. The Indianapolis Clowns, only their 3rd ever headlining game here tonight. It's the first time that they get to headline in a big league park here, Kauffman Stadium. And it means so much more, as we've talked about already here on the pregame show. Kansas City, the birthplace of the Negro Leagues. It is the home to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and Hall of Fame. And Rex Castillo has much more on the visit that we got to just take to that very museum.
Thank you so much, Figo. It was an absolutely emotional, inspirational visit, because this was the place where we thought the Clowns could come back, and Jesse Cole, all of Banana Ball, said an emphatic yes. Check out this visit as the reborn Indianapolis Clowns and the Savannah Bananas took a walk through history.
Many will see banana ball as a new worldwide phenomenon, but some see it as a continuation of a legendary story.
The beautiful thing about what the Bananas have been doing for all these years, and now what the Clowns are doing, is exactly what made Negro Leagues Baseball so special. The understanding that baseball was entertainment.
That comparison became clear as the newborn Indianapolis Clowns and the Savannah Bananas visited the Negro League Baseball Museum.
Being able to learn even more about the history of the sport and realizing how much influence the Negro Leagues has had, not only in MLB baseball, but baseball internationally at this point.
If you love the game of baseball and you're very interested in what you get to do, especially at a professional level, you should be inquisitive about, other facets of the game and other great pioneers who led the way.
And as the banana ball version of the Clowns continues to grow, they're not just chasing wins or entertaining moments. They're helping to breathe new life into some of the icons of the sport.
This organization, they've essentially become stewards of this story. They are helping generate massive interest in Negro Leagues history. We couldn't be more excited about that.
Just acknowledging what we are representing, what these pioneers of the game did before us, and just paying homage and playing the game the way they played it, with a lot of fun and a lot of passion.
The Indianapolis Clowns, the Savannah Bananas, and this sport are testaments to the enduring lesson from the Negro Leagues.
In this country, which is still the land of opportunity, if you dare to dream and you believe in yourself, you can do or be anything you want to be. You see, they dared to dream of playing baseball. Guys, they had no idea that they were making history.
Absolutely beautiful and inspirational words there from Mr. Bob Kendrick, the president of the Negro League Baseball Museum. We all left that tour absolutely inspired, but one person who has a direct connection to those heroes of the Negro League Baseball Museum, our own Nick Wilson, pitcher for the Indianapolis Clowns. For you to know that your grandpa played in the Negro Leagues and going through that museum, what was that like for you?
It was super emotional, to be honest. It was, it was probably one of the greatest things I've probably been through to go watch, and because the way that Bob Kendrick just displays every single little bit of detail in that museum is unreal. He's probably one of the greatest baseball minds I've ever been around. But to touch on my grandfather, it was amazing because I didn't know what exactly league he was a part of, but you go in the Negro League Museum and they had it right there. He was in the Negro Southern League in Houston, and so it's amazing to know more about his history. And I didn't get to know a lot about him because he passed away when I was very young, but I learned that he was a part of the Negro Leagues in his eulogy, and I feel like that experience made me know a little bit more about him, which was truly amazing.
And now here you are with the revamped Indianapolis Clowns here in Kansas City, which means so much to Negro League baseball history. Is this surreal that you're on this diamond right now?
It's actually unbelievable. I just think about the video games I used to play and being in this stadium. I'm just like, man, that'd be a cool place to play. But, walking out here for the first time today, it's nothing like on the screen, let me tell you that. It is truly amazing. But not only to be at Kauffman Stadium, but to be able to represent a Negro League team. KC is the hub of Negro League baseball. KC Monarchs, this is where it was born down here. And so to be able to represent such a world-renowned team like the Indianapolis Clowns on such a high level and educate every single person in this stadium is truly amazing. And so if we can get one person that's going to be an Indianapolis Clowns fan that wasn't before, then I think we did our job.
We cannot wait to see how the show unfolds. Nick, good luck. Pico, Josh, I'll send it back to you. We can't wait for this show.
It's always good to turn on your mic before you try to talk. Thank you very much, Rex Castillo. Welcome back inside. I mean, that is what the Indianapolis Clowns are all about. That is why this team has been revitalized. And, of course, when you talk to Bob Kendrick, you get to hear from him. You talk to Jesse Cole about this journey. This has been in the making since the Bananas brought banana ball to Kansas City back in 2022. And we got to tour the Negro League Museum for the first time ever. So it's so cool to see it come to fruition and have the Clowns headlining here in KC.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be forgotten that Bob Kendrick gave us the blessing to be able to do this, which was so instrumental for all of us involved to be able to now carry on this brand in the way that we really want to and that we think pays the right respect and homage to such legendary athletes.
Yeah, and it was now my third time getting to tour the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. It gets better every time. I cannot recommend it enough. You get to Kansas City, you have to go to the museum. Now let's take a look at the standings here. We're close to the halfway point. Time flies when you're having fun. Here in the inaugural season of the Banana Ball Championship League, the Bananas with just a 1-game advantage on the Tailgaters, who have taken the first 2 games in Corpus Christi against the Firefighters. Sorry, spoiler alert, but those games happened the last 2 nights. I revoke the apology. They already happened. The Coconuts 2.5 games back after they had that thrilling win last night in the ESPN Wide World of Sports over the Party Animals. Things getting a little interesting here nearing the halfway mark, Cam.
Absolutely, and obviously you got to see how many different games these teams have played. Bananas have played less than the Clowns, who have played less than the Tailgaters and the Coconuts. But those bottom 2 teams, the Firefighters and the Clowns, they have shown some hot streaks this year. The Clowns are probably in theirs right now. Obviously, only the one playoff spot clinched so far from the Open.
Right, yeah, that being the Texas Tailgaters, who won all 3 games in the Banana Ball Open, including both games of the final against the Savannah Bananas. So it's the Tailgaters and then 3 more spots out of the other 5 teams when it comes to getting in to that Banana Ball Championship League playoff come October. All right, it's time to get fired up. Let's get it down to the field to Jarius.
Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers, believers, and storytellers from around the world. For over 50 years, the Clowns barnstormed this country, city to city, town to town, bus ride to bus ride. They played through rain. They played through hate. They played through empty crowds and packed houses. This is for every clown who won the jersey. This is for every showman and pioneer. This is for every player who stepped foot on the field. They built this. This is more than just a comeback. This is more than just a reunion. This is history in the making. And now it is your job. Kansas City. I said Kansas City. After 37 years in the darkness, the original baseball circus is back, and the show starts now!
Kansas City, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Indianapolis Clowns. He's the outlaw in the outfield. In right field, number 3, Cowboy Joe Gray Jr. He's a 2-time World Series champion and 1-time elementary school spelling bee champion. Center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. He's a man of few words, but a whole lot of trick plays. Shortstop, number 7, Bobby Leday. There's a party in the back, but all business on the ball field. Your extra hitter, number 22, Joe Lido. Our designated hitter bringing beats and bebop to the ballpark, Splash Dale Francis Jr. Kansas City, it's prime time. At first base, number 11, Corral Prime. He's our golden boy from the Golden State. Third baseman, number 16, Eli Payton. The pride of PA, but he wants to beat him today. Second baseman, number 12, Nico Holsizer. Behind the plate, he's catching everything from pitches to ladies. Number 9, Chris Burgess. boogieing his way to the field, do your dance, number 5, Brian Danzero. And your designated runner, Malachi Flash the Curd Mitchell. On the bump, he's number 34 in your program, but number 1 in our hearts, Daniel Foster. The ringmasters of the original baseball circus are Eric Foxy Fox.
We've got the Indianapolis Clowns starting lineup. When we come back, we'll see the Bananas starting 10, and we'll have first pitch here in this clash in Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able and join us in the singing of our national anthem. Tonight to be performed by Deanna Richard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, give it up one more time for Deanna Richard.
It's about time for first pitch. Banana Ball live on True TV from Kauffman Stadium. With over 38,000 fans on hand to witness history, the Indianapolis Clowns, their first ever headlining series in a Major League Baseball stadium. They come in 9-15 against the top team in the sport, the 15-8 Savannah Bananas. Just one game better currently than the Texas Tailgaters. As we welcome you back inside the booth with Josh Talevsky and Cam Stewart, I am Biko Scala. Thank you again so much for spending your Saturday night with us here in virtual Banana Land. The Clowns just put a cap on 5 straight games against the Party Animals. This is the beginning of 5 straight games against the Bananas, a critical part of their season, Cam.
Totally. I mean, you're talking about 2 of the best teams in the league. And here you go, 10 straight against them. Couple of headliners, but 10 straight against them. We talked about it earlier. The Bananas trying to get some momentum back at the end of this month. Clowns trying to build off it.
Yeah, heck of a test for a rookie team against the 2 original squads in the sport. As we'll get a quick gander at the Indianapolis Clowns defensive alignment. Left to right in the outfield, it's Brian Danzero, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Joe Gray Jr. In the infield, third to first, you see Eli Payton, Bobby Leday, Nico Holzheiser at second. I doubt we will see him play there. Correll Prime over at first. It's Chris Burgess behind the dish, and the designated fielder on your bottom left corner, Matt Wolf, is the reason why I don't think we're going to see Holzheiser at second at all.
Yeah, and he's made that his home. He's made Banana Ball his home. And the makeup looks great today too, Biko.
Couldn't agree more. In the middle of it all, it is the 6'5" southpaw, Daniel Foster, the Banana Ball rookie. Clowns were able to snag him in the 6th round, 42nd overall pick. Struggled early in his Banana Ball career, and the bullpen has been really strong here as a starter.
Yeah, you see him making his 6th start this season, and he's found his form here in the month of May. All 4 of his outings have been starts, a 4.02 MPI, a 3.72 earned run average in this span for Foster.
It is a tough lineup that opposes him. We get a look at the Banana starting lineup presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. The batting average is superb, especially when you look at DR Meadows hitting .368, Dan Oberst top on the team hitting .398 right behind him. Then Robert Anthony Cruz, the team leader in home runs. Reese Alexiadis cleaning it up. Then it's Kyle Jackson, Bill Leroy, Max Young Goldberg, Ryan Cox, Ty Jackson, and Jackson Olsen to round it out. And what a special guest we're going to have to make sure we start the clock right here in Kansas City.
Fans, when the Clowns disappeared in 1989, they could have very well stayed that way, gone forever. But thanks to the help of the Negro League Baseball Museum right here in Kansas City, their story lives on. And their story will continue to live on and inspire millions of fans around the world. And no man deserves higher praise for keeping that story alive than but one man. So here tonight, Kansas City, we've got a very special guest to help us start the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the president of the Negro League National Baseball Museum and Kansas City's very own Bob Kendrick.
What's up, Kansas City? On behalf of all of us at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, I want to welcome you to Banana Ball and the return to Kansas City of the Indianapolis Clowns. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to need your help with play ball. Y'all ready? No, are you ready? All right, let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, play ball!
And play ball they shall. Oh, Bob Kendrick. Full body chills. One of the greatest storytellers that I have had the presence of experiencing. It's such a warm, jubilant soul. The perfect person to kick this off as Daniel Foster fires a fastball just a bit low to the doctor, DR Meadows. And on a hop, Bobby Leday behind the back transfer, 360 over to the 6'5" Correll Prime, who uses every inch of that frame for out number 1.
That's been a sore point for the Clowns this year, kind of getting adjusted to Banana Ball. It's the trick plays. That's your trick play leader for the Clowns right there, Bobby Leday, no problem.
35th trick play of the year for Leday. As the fastball just misses inside to Dan Oberst. Trey Hudson, the home plate umpire, the crew chief here this weekend. As it's a 2-0 count. Pair of Sunshine State kids dueling it out here in the city of Fountains, and that one tomahawked deep out to left. Dan Oberst to the seats. Just like that, the Nanners are running the first. 5th long ball of the year for Danny Barrels.
And now home runs in back-to-back games for the Savannah Bananas. And talking with Dan right before this game got underway, he said that home home runs are not cheap in this ballpark. It takes a lot of muscle to get them out beyond the walls here in Kauffman Stadium. Nonetheless, a home run for Danny Barrels, and he has just lit up left-handed pitching this season. Now 11 for 21 when facing Southpaws in 2026.
Got a fastball at the letters. MJG, a big fan of the result. Heater right down the chute to even up the count to Robert Anthony Cruz. Popped down to the 3-hole here today. Tough matchup against Foster. Makes a great scoop. Goes behind the back. There's trick play number 2 for the Clowns. Nice bounce back after the dinger.
Sure is. I mean, that is a tough one to come back from. When the ball leaves the yard like that, Dan Oberst is really red hot over the last 2 weeks. And how about the presence of mind, too? The calmness from Daniel Foster. Make a trick play out of it.
Second of the year for Daniel. As Reese Alexiadis had 2 balls and no strikes. Foster working quickly. Now sets his sights on the 3rd-year Nanner. Just misses below the knees. And taken all the way. There's a strike. Another chance for Leday. He bobbles it but recovers. Right back between the legs. Prime behind the back. 4 trick plays in the frame for Indianapolis.
Did I say something about the trick plays, fellas? That's just an announcer jinx. How about 4 in the first frame?
Yeah, and the Bananas might have thought that they had an equalizer point that was going to come on the board in this series against the Clowns, but they are putting the pressure on early, making sure that they'll be able to deny it tonight here in the K.
I'll tell you what, the Clowns only 5.8 trick plays per game. That's the lowest on the tour. But they've only allowed the equalizer point 2 out of the 7 games they've been the home team this year. So they have been stingy when it comes to denying the equalizer point. This is the Bananas defense that will try and amass more trick plays heading into the final inning and earn that point that only the away team can get. Left to right in the outfield, it's Rack, DR, and Super Reese. Third to first in the infield, KJ Cox, Olsen, MJG, Leroy behind the dish, Ziggy the designated fielder. We expect to see him at first base for the vast majority of this contest. And in the middle of it all, here in his home state, the pride of St. Louis, Mr. Noah Nisnik, the Southpaw 2024 Banana Ball Rookie of the Year, and boy, he's looking better than ever here in 2026.
Yeah, toeing the slab for the 10th time this year. He's earned the win in each of his last 2 starts, one against the Party Animals and the other against the Tailgaters. In that span, 8 1/3 innings pitched, only 4 hits allowed. He's averaging 3 outs in 3 minutes and 36 seconds, and he has induced 17 trick plays as well for the Bananas, hoping for even more tonight here in Kauffman Stadium.
Now let's get a look at the Indianapolis Clowns starting lineup presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Slugged 10 home runs out in the 3-game series last weekend in Tacoma. Joe Gray Jr. had 3 of them. Then JBJ, Bobby Leday, the 3-hole man, had a pair. Joe Lytle, a cleanup hitter. That .422 batting average is just about as good as it gets in the sport. And then Dale Francis Jr. How about a trio of dinglings for Banana Ball's Player of the Week? Then it's Prime, Peyton, Holsizer, Burgess, and Dancer to round it out.
Yeah, and looking at Joe Lytle in the middle there, qualified hitters, he leads the league, .422. And, you know, he wasn't one of those 4 guys with a multi-homer weekend last weekend, but he started the rally in the final inning of both games, both Clowns wins.
Breaking news, it just happened last night. TJ Reeves now hitting .424. He got him by 2 points, son of a gun. Those guys, I think, will go back and forth atop that leaderboard. As the Clowns...
Do your homework, kids.
The Clowns are chasing a run here.
Yeah, and the Bananas, you know, they have struggled to hold the inning leads, especially over the last couple weeks playing as that visiting squad. Hopefully they can get an early one for Noah Nisnik. Tyler Gillum, after each of the last 2 starts for Niz, has said that he has been the guy setting the tone for this Bananas team, and he's hoping that's the case in his 3rd straight start.
Great to see the Indianapolis Clowns primetime coach, MLB legend Ryan Howard, coaching first base.
And how about this, Pico? Right down the street in Lawrence, Kansas, Ryan Howard's alma mater, Missouri State, in that regional.
First pitch skied down the left field line by Joe Gray Jr. KJ on top of the tarp runs out of room. The fans do not make a play. Clowns have only fouled out to the fans 4 times this year. It's the least in the Banana Ball Championship League.
Is that luck, or do you think maybe the crowd is loving a new team in here and wants them, giving them a little break?
Could be a little this, little that, as we got a shattered bat, but a flared knock. Bat dies a hero for Joe Gray Jr. He's coming off 3 straight games with home runs. Did not have the launch angle nor exit velocity for a big bomb there, but he's going to be thrilled with the knock.
Yeah, the Clowns have gotten better with Joe Gray Jr. in that leadoff spot since he's moved into the 1 hole, a .308 batting average, and he's 8 for 15 batting in the first inning of play this year.
We're going to have to pass this down to Nick Wilson. I think he's going to have some words of remembrance for our fallen hero.
We've gathered here today to celebrate the short life of Mr. Louisville Slugger. I know you meant a lot to Joe Gray. All the batting practices, all the home runs, even the slumps, you were there for it all. Today you just cracked under pressure. Gone but never forgotten, you will be forever missed, Mr. Louisville Slugger.
This is one of those moments. It's tough to find the right words. I mean, just a despondent Indianapolis Clowns team as you get another look at the last moment of Joe Gray Jr.'s Louisville Slugger.
You talked to Joe, any of those Clowns, they said that bat was a strong piece of lumber, man.
Guys, I think I need a minute.
No worries, Cam. We've got all the time in the world. Still an hour 51 and change to play in this ball game. Jackie Bradley Jr. Towering fly ball straight away center. Meadows backpedaling and tipping it to himself for the first trick play of the ball game for the Nanners.
That is the first time in a week, Pico, that someone on the field has retired Jackie Bradley Jr.
Heads up play by Gray, though. He tags and gets up to second on the Nanners' first trick play tonight. Inning tying run in scoring position. And Bobby Leday, as we have mentioned, 2 homers last week as he's popped down from the leadoff spot to the 3 hole. And has shined there. He was 5 for 12 last week and a couple doubles as well. Fooled on the Nisnik changeup behind 1 and 2.
He's currently on an 11-game hit streak, a 17-game on-base streak for Indianapolis, and chops the 1-2 pitch foul down the left field line.
Gray's got great speed out on second base. And that's a heck of a take from Leday. Evening up the count at 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, right back to the changeup. Nisnik, a big strikeout for out number 2.
Man, that thing just disappeared, Josh.
Yeah, you see Noah Nisnik just got a little bit of that long delivery. You can just see him hide that ball so well as he's coming towards the batter at the plate. And the circle changeup, one of the most prolific ones in this sport, right up there with the likes of Danny Hosley, Garrett Delano, Brett Helton. I mean, it is certainly his signature pitch.
Now he squares off against a man he's been facing off against across these last 3 tours. Joe Lytle here in his 4th year in Banana Ball on his 3rd team. Party Animal in 2023, the last 2 years on the Firefighters. And boy, what a steal he has been for the Indianapolis Clowns. The final pick on day 1 of the draft, 40th overall, last pick of the 5th round. As we've talked about, that .422 batting average, top 2 in the sport.
Top 2? Top 2.
Which is about as good as it gets.
Yeah, almost, man.
And a 2-2. Just misses the inside corner. Full count on Lytle. Team high 509 on base percentage as well. Trying to knot this inning up. Swings and misses. Gets a fastball, top of the zone, cannot connect. Nisnik strands the inning tying run in scoring position. The Bananas jump out 1-0 through 1 inning of action.
And Indianapolis Clowns are going to go through the crowd and give roses to all of our beautiful fans here tonight. So if you want a rose, make some noise!
Welcome back to Banana Ball live on True TV. Rex Castillo, what's going on down there?
Thank you, Vigo. We are now honored to be joined by the president of the Negro League Baseball Museum, Mr. Bob Kendrick. Well, Mr. Kendrick, after 1 inning of play here in Kansas City, what do you think of the show so far?
It's amazing. It just makes me feel like all the things that I heard the other former Negro League players, Buck O'Neil, talk about, how much energy was in the stadium. That's what they brought here to the K, and it's amazing.
To have this team play in Kansas City, the birthplace of Negro League Baseball, that's got to be extra special for you to witness, right?
Oh, absolutely. And to have both teams at the museum yesterday, to walk them through and have them get a better understanding of what this history represented both on and off the field was also really, really special.
What you gave us, the stories you gave us and honored us with, we are so happy to have you along this journey and blessing us to hopefully be good stewards of this sport. Thank you so much, Mr. Kendrick.
Man, it's my absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for everything that you're doing to help raise the awareness around the museum and the interest in Negro Leagues history.
He's the best. Vigo, guys, back to you.
Couldn't agree more, Rex. Gosh, it is such an honor get to hear Bob Kendrick talk. Behind the back, Correll Prime takes it to first himself, taking care of his former visitors and Bananas teammate Kyle Jackson.
One of 5 former Bananas on this Clown team, including Coach Eric Fox. So a lot of familiarity between these two squads.
And now 5 trick plays. Already just 4 defensive outs into the game for Indy. Heater just misses. The low inside corner to Bill Leroy, the captain. I'm sure you know it. It bears repeating just in case this is anybody's first broadcast. This is Bill's 9th year as a Savannah Banana. And he's got himself a deep drive out to left. Dancero watches it fly out of here. One-way trip to the bullpen. Leroy, his 4th long ball of the season.
It's contagious right now for the Savannah Bananas. Oberst, home runs in back-to-back contests. The same can now be said for Bill Leroy. Had the first home run for the Bananas last Saturday in Neyland Stadium, and now collects another solo shot for the boys in yellow here in the top of the 2nd inning.
And it's the veterans, the 8-year Banana with the solo homer, Dan Oberst, winning the 1st inning. Bill Leroy giving the Bananas a 1-run lead here in the 2nd as they are the away team.
And those are the only 2 balls that the Bananas batters have been able to elevate today against Daniel Foster. Everything else has been hit into the ground.
Max Young-Goldberg hoping to elevate and celebrate. Ahead 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, it's been a couple ground outs to short, one to the pitcher, one to first. Outside of the solo home runs from Leroy and Oberst. And now MJG only hitting .254. But a .471 on base percentage, second best on the squad. Eli Payton, tip drill, will put it away himself. And not on the ground, but another trick play for the Clowns, up to 6 already.
And that's certainly where Eli Payton is most comfortable on the diamond. Was a Gold Glove finalist in college at Grand Canyon University at the hot corner. But he's played first, second. He's even made 3 starts behind the plate for the Indianapolis Clowns this season. But again, that is the guy that you want at the hot corner each and every night, and comes away with already 6 trick plays for the Clowns.
Ryan Cox not thrilled with the strike 1 call on him. Happy to see that one missed down and away. Coxie here on his 5th Banana Ball World Tour. Another legend of the game. And continues to get better and better offensively, known for his prowess with the mid at short. As he spoils this, chance for the fans. No catch. Nice leaping try.
But the effort was there.
No doubt. Coxie hitting .278, .437 OBP. Just never going to complain with that from a glove first, guys. That one's caught on a ricochet. Yeah, it got the net first. Oh, no. Trey Hudson is saying it's an out. Ryan Cox is saying it was deflected, and now Trey Hudson has changed his tune.
Notice the fan in the yellow. All right, he's not claiming that out. That's good.
Hey,
that's a good teammate.
Gets Daniel Foster a strikeout looking after all that.
Now fans, we're going to send it down to the field. Enjoy Sydney.
First punchy for Foster, but another run on another solo shot for the Nanners. They've got a chance to claim a second point.
On your feet, because this is the 2nd inning stretch. We have our flexibility coach, Amadou, so I want you guys to watch and go along. I need you staying loose for the rest of the game. So right now, just jog in place. Keep jogging. Come on, guys. Jog in place. Just like that. Now take your arms and stretch your arms across your chest. Sir, you're doing great. Keep it up. Other arm. Keep going. Now stretch your arms and the back of your head. And if you need an example, look at what Amadou. Yeah. Sir, okay, that looks good. Okay, hands on your hips. And we're gonna do hip circles. Bring it around town. Around town. Now touch your toes. Touch your toes. Now
to the bottom of the 2nd we go, but just yesterday, get a look at the sights inside the fantastic Negro Leagues Baseball Museum just down the road on the corner of 18th and Vine. And Bob Kendrick, who we just had his voice on our broadcast, had him open up this game. I mean, one of the greatest orators you will ever get to listen to. Such a gifted storyteller, and an absolute honor to get to take a trip through the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, which has only been around since 1990 and founded by former Negro Leagues players, including a lot of members of the Kansas City Monarchs, the most iconic team in the history of the Negro Leagues.
And just being able to go to that museum, you just see the level of care and the detail that they put into that, the way in which they talk about segregating you as you're entering into looking into that field through the chicken wire, and then as you make your way and learn the history, you get to step on the field and get to have a closer interaction with all the legends as Dale Francis Jr. continues to swing his hot bat. A bloop single into center field and a leadoff man on for the Clowns here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Dale will give way to Malachi Mitchell, the legendary Savannah Banana, here at his 6th World Tour, after 5 of them in yellow. Nisnik, a good laugh with Correll Prime, his former Bananas teammate. Yeah, there is so much to learn in the Negro Leagues Museum. There's something Bob mentions is, you know, you don't get to have the correct history out there in the world if you don't get to write it. And that is such an important part of the museum. We'll learn something that, you know, night baseball started in the Negro Leagues 1935 years before it ever got to Major League Baseball. You look at most history books, they tell you it was 1935, first time professional baseball had lighted night baseball. No, that was happening in the Negro Leagues for 5 years before it ever got to the bigs.
And it was a huge advantage, too. During the Depression, you got people out after the workday, and it caught on.
Yes, it did.
You know who's happy about it? Noah Nisnik. How about an ERA of .69 in night games this year? That'll do.
Oh, look out, Niz. Gosh, it looks like it got a piece of his left arm. It'll be a base hit for Prime, and Flash Hustling will go first to third. And now we just hope Noah Nisnik is okay. Francis Gilbert, Bananas athletic trainer, rushing out to check on him. As we get another look at it right there, yeah, Prime not happy about that at all, I can tell you that.
Yeah, almost defensive by Nisnik there, just kind of instinctively putting a hand up to basically get out of the way, and that thing was coming in hot.
Well, the first two hits off of him from Gray and Francis, guy with a combined 6 home runs last weekend, were both bloops. That was a screamer. I would wager certainly triple-digit exit velocity from 7-year minor leaguer Correll Prime, and this is okay after one pitch.
Yeah, you just see how tough Noah Nisnik is. What a gamer he can be as well. I mean, Bika, we've talked about it a couple different times. He never wants to be taken out of the ball game. I mean, sometimes if he only goes 4 innings and he posts nothing but zeros, he still kind of considers it a failure in a way because he wants to pitch as deep as he can to give his team a win. And now his first pitch to Eli Payton popped in the air. Jackson Olsen will haul it in, and Malachi Mitchell not able to tag up to try and score an inning-tying run.
Key out. There's not much you could do outside of a strikeout to keep Malachi Mitchell from advancing a base.
Yeah, you got Banana Ball's all-time run scored and stolen base leader, 90 feet away, representing the inning-tying run. And now Nico Holsizer with runners on the corners, but 1 out as it's a throw behind. Flash, he is back safely. Brian Bankston, the third base umpire, right on top of it.
We saw Bill with the back pickoff last weekend against the Texas Tailgaters, trying it for a second time against one of his former teammates. Could not get.
Nico Holsizer deep to left. 3-1, 3-run rather, walk-off homer. We're tied at 1.
Nico Holsizer, stay hot. 3-run walk-off with all the pizzazz. Who needs to be buttoned up in the Banana Ball Championship League?
I'll tell you what, all of a sudden, the man who spent 6 years in the minors scorching hot. He had a couple homers last weekend and evens things up here in Kauffman Stadium. A no doubt 3-run shot. Take another look. We're knotted at a point each.
Well, I am representing all of left field and the third base side, and we call this section the winning section.
Yeah, all right, whatever. My side is all warmed up.
All right, let's hit it.
And the first point goes to the third base and left field side.
Welcome back to beautiful Kauffman Stadium here in Paris of the Plains, Kansas City, Missouri, as you take a look at the trick play rates. In the inaugural season of the Banana Ball Championship League, the Clowns with that 5.8 trick plays per game, well, they've already blown past that. Just 6 defensive outs into this one.
They knew the lights were on. First MLB ballpark, first time hosting for them, I should say, at an MLB ballpark, and they've risen to the occasion. I mean, they're playing one of the top trick play teams in the league. Don't want to give up that equalizer point. It's a good start.
Ty Jackson up into the third deck. David Griffin had a great look at it. One of the Clowns' bright young pitchers out of the Mets organization. Up there, fans firsting. And Ty jam shot. Close to our booth, but not attainable by us, and no catch in the lower level. It's Ty Jackson, Jackson Olsen, and then at the top, DR Meadows.
And a little note, we now have a 3-way tie for second in home runs. Banana Ball, all 3 playing here tonight. Nico Holsizer just hitting his 6th.
Ty Jackson, nice piece of hitting. Jackie Bradley Jr., let's see the arm. No chance. Double for Ty, 2 fly.
Well, that's great to see for Ty Jackson. Had a pair of multi-hit games last weekend against the Texas Tailgaters. Now has hits in each of his last 5 starts for the Savannah Bananas. And they're giving him regular playing times. No longer really in a platoon right now with Danny Hosley. And clearly it's paying some dividends for Jackson, already in scoring position.
A beautiful slider from Foster to jump ahead of Jackson Olsen, as this one is lofted out to right. Joe Gray Jr. will fire behind Ty, deep towards third, and thought better of it. As back to the top of the order we go. David Ray Meadows bounced out to Leday at short, first of the 6 trick plays that the Clowns have pulled off already. And a fastball in there for a strike. Got to look out for a 5-pitch mix from Foster. And 2 different arm slots. From 3/4, he's got the fastball, changeup, slider. He'll go submarine and mix in a sinker and changeup as well. I mean, just about as funky a lefty as you can find.
Yeah, and he's gaining confidence and learning a lot more about how to pitch in Banana Ball, and you are seeing the results. He has dropped his MPI each month that he's played on tour, as this one will run inside on DR Meadows, but Ty Jackson was off and running and swipes third base.
Perfect 9 for 9 in his stolen base tries now this year. And we'll give way to JT Sokolov. I think he just jammed, it looked like, his left leg. I don't think he'll be too worse for wear, but it gives the Bananas designated runner a chance to get out there for the first time tonight. And the infield in now for Indy. Chopper, Payton to the plate. Not in time, ball got away from Burgess anyhow, as Meadows will scamper up to second on the RBI fielder's choice. Bananas have a run for a 3rd straight inning to open up this game.
Yeah, it's a great play by Eli Payton, but throwing it to the inside of Chris Burgess, drawing him away from the plate, and that's what allows Sokolov to score that run for the Nanners.
What do we got from Dan Oberst here?
Number 19, Dan Oberst.
Okay, so the plot thickens. Maybe Ty Jackson just got pinch run for so he could make sure that he was a part of the Dan Oberst specialty walk-up. Slow tapper, Foster's got it between the legs. He will take the sure out at first and let Meadows advance over to third.
Number 15.
Second trick play of the game for Daniel already. Came in with just 1.
And finishing that note from earlier, the guys with 6 homers on the tour this year, Joe Gray Jr., now Nico Holsizer, and of course, your batter at the dish right now, Robert Anthony Cruz.
Well done, Cam. Sometimes it just writes itself.
and a guy who, wildly enough, has done it in 6 consecutive series for the Savannah Bananas. I mean, he has just been uber consistent lately and striking out as little as ever in his banana ball career.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Meadows leading off third. Protective swing by Cruz. Chance for the fans, though. No catch.
Those are the ones you hope for as a fan. And look at, get chastised a little bit. Blew plenty of air under it. You had a lot of time to look out for that one.
You dream about those.
And the young lady with you is to hit you on the chest afterwards.
Payoff pitch just below the knees. Rack will earn the ball for a sprint. All 7 Clowns behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it's live. Textbook sprint defense. They hold Rack to just 90 feet. But the Nanners have a multi-run inning for the first time tonight.
And that's so instrumental if you're trying to hold an inning lead. Great at-bat, or plate appearance, I should say, from Robert Anthony Cruz. And we talk so much about the power, but he has 11 ball 4 sprints to 9 strikeouts. That has been such a massive improvement for Rack in year 3 as a Banana.
And mentally, I mean, you're 1 pitch away from getting out of that inning.
Rack is a dead duck now. Oh, little hezzy, hey, yeah, he's cooked. Trying to get a good jump on Foster. Daniel was wise to it. And that will stop the bleeding, but 2 runs across. And speaking of Daniel Foster, let's get it down to the field for our Bananas Foster family of the game.
There are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. Look around. That's enough to fill Kauffman Stadium over 10 times with the number of children currently experiencing care. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Tonight, we get to celebrate the Rush family. Growing up and experiencing foster care in her own family made Alicia feel called to open her home as a single foster mom, dedicated to supporting teenagers who are often the more difficult to find placements for. In just the last 3 years, Alicia has welcomed over 30 teenagers into her home. Fans, please join me in celebrating this incredible woman for making a difference right here in your community.
Another massive shout out to Alicia Rush, superhero in the foster care community.
Don't forget, fans, you've still got time to win big. Direct your attention to section 437.
Living it up in the city. I got Chuck's on in St. Laurent. Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you.
You're watching Banana Ball on True TV, presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. We come to you live from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. One of those gorgeous ballparks in all of baseball. It's been here since 1973. This is the 54th year already. of Kauffman Stadium, 5th oldest park in the Bigs. Only behind 2 stadiums in Los Angeles, Wrigley and Fenway.
Doesn't look a day over 20, Pico.
The Fountains do a lot in that department. Chris Burgess, a scorcher, out to left center, and it gets by Rack. Burgess will rumble into second with a stand-up double. Yeah, a heck of a start for this Clowns offense to their 3rd half inning of work. How about the pomp and the circumstance for Brian Dancero? Little combo walk-up with Monet Davis and Malachi Mitchell, star-studded.
And speaking of circumstance, Clowns need a couple to win this inning after the Bananas get 2 in the top half. They had 12 innings last weekend in which they put up a crooked number. So no strangers to it.
Now the Bananas have a little something for us. Couldn't imagine what. The shenanigans continue. The entire team was on the mound. Those in the dugout scatter. Everybody else trying to retreat back to their positions, and Dancero gets a changeup after all that.
I mean, he's just so good. He's been in Banana Ball for so long. He can do that kind of entertainment and execute whatever pitch he wants to. And you see Noah Niznik, another strikeout swinging tonight. Puts Dancero back to the bench, and now 3 for Niznasty.
You get another look. Yeah, it's the changeup again.
Number 3.
Kind of odd movement for it. Normally it goes down and away from righties. That kind of had some cut from the outside corner onto the plate. As we're back to the top of the order. There's a bloop single up the middle for Joe Gray Jr. He ended up stranded on second base back in the first. 5 for 15 last weekend. 3 homers, 2 doubles.
Is that good, Pico?
Yeah, all he knew was extra base hits. Maybe he was disappointed with that first inning single. Talked about it before on the previous broadcast against the Clowns. It bears repeating. This guy is such a freak athlete. As the fastball gets the outside corner, 3-1 count now. And the kid out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Big swing and a miss. Full count now. Former Brewers and Kansas City Royals minor leaguer. Now he gets to play in the K and earns himself a ball for sprint. He's aboard for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring in Burgess from second. And Gray turned it on the afterburners. Wow, he ran past second base, able to get back to the bag safely with a little adventure.
Yeah, that was nearly a critical error for the Indianapolis Clowns, and somehow Joe Gray able to benefit from a drop at the end of that ball 4 sprint defense that got him to dive back into second safely. You see Robert Anthony Cruz trying to do a little quick swipe tag and didn't even have the banana ball corralled. So now Niznik having to get this lead to hold up. The Bananas Only been successful at holding inning leads 64% of the time. That is the second lowest mark.
Little squibber, Niznik gets tripped up by Leroy and still gets enough mustard on it to one-hop it to Ziegler just in time to take care of the speedy JBJ.
Niznik has put the body on the line today, Josh.
Yeah, he and Bill just took a collective bow as if that was completely planned. My goodness, Noah Niznik just enough mustard on that banana ball, and you saw him instantly all smiles with Bill Leroy. They know they dodged a bullet right there.
That was a pretty crisp slide tackle from Leroy.
Day of the Champions League final. I see you getting the shout out there. That's tougher than pretty much any trick play you'll see tonight.
And I'll tell you what, that's
a difficult level of difficulty.
It really is.
Yeah. And that might have been an inning-saving block on the very next pitch. Bill smothering the ball in the dirt. As Leday is wise to off-speed below the knees once again. 2-0 count on Bobby, struck out swinging his first time. Heater gets the inside corner. Inning tying run 90 feet away. Big swing and a miss. Leday ahead of the off-speed.
We talked about the big hitters having the big weekends last weekend in Tacoma, but Bobby Leday right there too. A couple of homers, 6 RBI, reached 9 times.
What a play, Noah Niznik from his knees. No, wild throw. Couldn't finish it off. Ziegler couldn't scoop him. Gray will score as Leday into second base. You put the ball in play, folks, often good things will happen. It was a stupendous stop by Niznik, and then he spiked the throw over to Ziegler.
And you see him frustrated at himself because he had the time to give himself just a little more of an opportunity to get set and prepare that throw to Alex Ziegler. Instead, rushed himself. And now the Clowns still have a man in scoring position and a chance to walk off this third inning.
This offense is relentless. Joe Lytle, a big part of it. They had 2 balls and no strikes. He also struck out swinging his first time, but worked a 3-2 count, just got beat on a fastball, top of the zone. That was only his 3rd K on the year compared to 9 ball-4 sprints earned.
Yeah, it's 3.2% strikeout rate's the second lowest mark on tour. He's been extra good with guys in scoring position, a .412 average in 5 sprints.
Pitch away from another.
He is drawing a lot of arrows out of the proverbial quiver of Noah Niznik. It's a 3-2 count again for Lytle. Payoff pitch with the frame on the line. Leday takes off. Lytle down the first base line. Fair as it ricochets off Ziggy. Lytle is gonna hustle towards second as Leday scores, and the Clowns rally from down 2 to walk off the third and take their first lead in points tonight.
That's the crooked inning they were looking for. The doubles machine, Joe Lytle.
Let's get it on down to the field.
Fans of Kansas City, we know you love a good barbecue, but here at Banana Land, we like to do it a little bit differently. The rules are simple. We've got 2 teams of 2. The fellas here are gonna start here at first base, race to second, grab a slab of lathered up ribs, run those ribs to the third base, and then they're gonna press that slab of ribs with their teammates against their chest and shuffle them all the way to home. Ladies and gentlemen, we like to call this one Nice Rack. Gentlemen, please remove your shirts. On your marks, get set, go! And they're off. We've taken a very steep lead already. Oh, they're grabbing the sauce ribs. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's looking good. Oh, all right, place them in between your chests. Oh, shuffle it home, shuffle it home. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, your winners of a nice rack, Adam and Nick.
All right, you're gonna.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Rack attack.
Golly.
Or something like that.
Yeah, those ribs look delicious. Oh, they're still eating them. Good, okay.
5-second rule, Biko.
I was very concerned about good ribs being wasted.
The rest is going to Josh.
I don't think that's a thing in Kansas City. I would eat all those ribs. You kidding me?
We've indulged in some barbecue this weekend.
We had 6 guys at Joe's, no ribs ordered. A lot of brisket.
A lot of Z-men, though.
Yeah, pork.
Z-mans? Z-men? What's the plural of that?
I think it's Z-men. But it was a lot of Z-man sandwiches.
It's pretty confusing.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll table that for now. Reese Alexiadis, foul ball, second deck, no catch. How about this relentless Clowns offense? They have trailed in every single inning. Bananas were able to win the first. But then a 1-0 deficit flipped into a 3-1 inning win in the second inning, and then a 2-run deficit flipped into a 3-2 win in the third. And a lot of action through 3 frames. 2-2 here to Super Reese. And Bananas cleanup hitter bounces it to Peyton. He will whip it between the legs. Shows off that excellent arm, just barely getting Alexiadis. Clowns already up to 8 trick plays.
And you said it, Biko, he needed that rocket there to get that ball over. He kind of holds it a second, says, I can do the trick play here. Through the legs, seed.
That's where you see a rookie, remembering, wait, I'm in banana ball now. I think he was just ready to make the routine play. Kind of at the last second does that between the legs transfer. And again, enough of a cannon to be able to gun down Super Reese Alexiadis.
Ball and a strike on KJ. Grounded out to his old teammate Correll Prime, his first time. I mean, this has to be just about as uncomfortable an at-bat for a left-handed hitter as there is in the sport.
You're not seeing a lot of it, are you?
Oh, gosh. 6'5", all arms and legs as that one lands foul.
Yeah, 282 opponents batting average this season, a pretty decent mark considering right now the tour average batting average over 300. So Foster's shown how effective he can be and working as quick as ever here in the month of May, averaging 3 outs in 4 minutes and 2 seconds as Jackson battles that one behind the plate.
Another 1-2. Yanked fair down the first base line. KJ can really fly. He loves himself a triple. He's going to park it at second. Wise move. Gray got to it quickly and fired it into Leday in plenty of time. But Kyle Jackson, the 2-bagger. And his team leading 12th extra base hit on the season.
Yeah, and if you're Tyler Gillum and he's the man coaching third right now, you've already seen some errors in this ball game. You've seen Noah Nisnik, the throwing error. You can't make another error there on the base paths. I think that was a good hold of Kyle Jackson at second base.
Bill Leroy, screamer straight to Leday. KJ gets back to second in plenty of time. Didn't realize the ball was thrown away. Prime getting to it, and KJ getting a stop sign from Gillum again. That is a costly E6. Leday is so skilled. Makes the vast majority of his plays at short look easy. Buttery at that. But that is his 6th error on the year. Just been a little careless at times.
Yeah, it's just not a play where you're going to get him. It's going to take absolute perfection to get him. And, it's KJ realizing it just a hair late. He might have been able to score and come all the way around on that play.
Instead, he's at third base for Max Young Goldberg. Ahead of ball and no strikes. Great take on the breaking ball. That's the slider from Foster. So tough left on left. And goes to the fastball, dots the outside corner. Comes back inside, but fires low. And Foster a ball away from pushing in Jackson from third. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2, another fastball just barely grazing the outer half. So we get a payoff. Swing and a miss. Goes to the bender. gets a massive strikeout, and Foster's fired up.
We're less than 100 miles away from Walter Johnson's hometown, and you see him dropping the arm angle there, just like the big train did, to get the K. Huge out.
Tradition. So I need everybody on your feet.
Tell you what, YouTube, it's just us. And Daniel Foster is a man of the people. Max Young Goldberg was the Dunkin' Donuts batter of the game. He struck out, and now the fans in attendance get free donuts, courtesy of the fired up Daniel Foster. Chris Burgess pretty happy too.
Those guys, Kansas City, the Banana Ball Championship League. They're running on Dunkin' right now.
Over 38,000 fans moving it and grooving it here in Kauffman Stadium for the third ever Banana Ball game in the K. Last year it was 2 contests between the Savannah Bananas and the Firefighters. Bananas the home squad. This time around, the Indianapolis Clowns, the home team for this 2-game set against the Danners. And it has been a wild 3.5 innings so far. Bananas won the first. Clowns have bounced back with inning wins in the second and third. Of course, every inning won is a point in Banana Ball. Team with the most points at the end of the game is victorious. Pretty simple, right? And we'll throw a little twist your way. Every run scored in the final inning counts as a point. So you're never out of it, no matter how bad the first 8 frames go.
But Pico, surely you can't score points just from your fielding ability.
You can, Cam! But wait, there's more. The equalizer point, instituted in the playoffs at the end of last year, and this is the first full season with it in Banana Ball. If the away team has more trick plays than the home team going into the final inning, they claim the equalizer point. I'll tell you what, the Nanners not looking so good in that department. They trail 8-1 in trick plays.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of strikeouts for Noah Nisnik, and then conversely, a lot of hits as well for the Indianapolis Clowns. And now it's Dale Francis Jr. leading off the inning for the second time tonight. Started the second with a single into center field.
And picked up right where he left off in Tacoma. He's Banana Ball's defending player of the week. Went 7 for 12, 3 home runs, 2 doubles. 9 runs driven in. I repeat, 9 runs driven in. Got himself a ball for a sprint 2. Came across the plate 6 times himself. Hey, look at Spencer showing off his juggling skills, coaching first base. Well, at least helping Willie Carter coach first base.
Spencer said he could teach me. He says he could do it in a day.
Hope he's got a lot of patience. Jam shot. Ryan Cox taking control of the situation. He will tip. And KJ behind the back, double trick play. Exactly what the Nanners defense needed to open up this bottom of the 4th.
And that was a good call from Ryan Cox, communicating early, hey, I'm going to be the one taking charge of this Banana Ball. Set up Kyle Jackson perfectly to go behind the back. And you even see the nod of appreciation from Robert Anthony Cruz in close range as well. He knew that was the right strategy there with the little pop-up here in the bottom of the 4th.
Swing and a miss to even up the count on Correll Prime. Cox now the first Bananas player to 50 trick plays on the year. 3rd player in the sport. He joins Hussein and Looters of the Texas Tailgaters with 50 or more trick plays. Prime, good poke out to right, but Alexiades will track it down just shy of the track. Correll now 1 for 2.
Well, this is nice to see. 2 quick outs for Noah Nisnik. Just a hair under 2 minutes on the clock. And if you were to talk to the Bananas, who are just 5-5 playing as the away team this season, Bill Leroy is going to be the one to tell you it's because of his game calling behind home plate. They have played so many home games. They're still adjusting to calling the games as the visiting team.
Eli Payton survives that scare in the stands.
Still what a bounce back. Sorry, what a bounce back this could be for Nisnik. You know,
yes.
he's shaken up on a comebacker, on an error in which he got taken out by his own teammate. Finally, the Bananas don't score the top half of the inning. He's a couple of pitches away from shutting down the Clowns.
It's even more imperative to stay in that strike zone when you're pitching as the away team. And Bill Roy, sometimes he likes his pitchers to nibble. It's a lot tougher to do when you're playing as the visiting team. And nonetheless, 3 straight strikes from Noah Nisnik, and now 4 punch-outs for Niz Nasty. Still 2-1. The Clowns lead through 4 innings of play.
Hit it, DJ.
Just a little bit. I know. Just a little bit. R-E-S-P-C-T. I know what it means to be. R-E-S-P-C-T. Take care. TCB.
All right. Next up, Grandma Sam. Let's get it.
It's raining men! Hallelujah! It's raining men! Hallelujah!
All right. And last up, Grandma Maddie. Let's get it.
Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I will survive. I've got all my life to give. I've got all my life to give. I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
All right. Now, fans, it is time for you to decide the winner. Was it Grandma 1? Was it Grandma 2? Or Grandma Maddie? Give it up for your winner, Grandma Maddie. That was Grandma Gatso.
You're watching Banana Ball on True TV, presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. 4 wild innings in the books already. The Indianapolis Clowns, headlining their first ever MLB stadium, lead 2-1. And Daniel Foster, the pride of Rockledge, Florida, out for his 5th inning of work. Just misses below the knees to Ryan Cox. 1-1 count on the Nanners shortstop. Bottom 3 in their order as Cox, he turns on this. Deep drive out to right. And Joe Gray Jr. twisting behind the back catch, you bet, for Cowboy Joe.
Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. The infielders, the outfielders, everyone's getting in on the fun for the Clowns.
And his first trick play since May the 8th against the Texas Tailgaters. It is great to see Joe Gray put another in that column.
JBJ, your turn. What do you got? Tip drill, big one. And into the cowboy hat, double trick play. How about the Clowns? Already up to 11 trick plays. So they've still got another defensive out to play with here in the away half of the 5th. Good hustle by Joe Gray Jr.
I think they've been practicing, Biko.
And so cool to see those 2 guys team up. Joe Gray Jr. ended his affiliated career, Double-A, Northwest Arkansas in the Royals organization a couple years ago. The year before that, JBJ ended his big league career here with the Kansas City Royals. Can we get Foxy a working mic? You got to turn it on.
Now coming to pitch, the first ever mascot pitcher, Peanuts!
Oh, the sport is ridiculous in all the best ways. Peanuts the elephant pitches against the Savannah Bananas for the first time in his young banana ball career.
I mean, you think Kyle Perry on the Coconuts is one of one because that's on the back of his jersey. I'll tell you what, there is nobody like Peanuts the elephant. And so far, he's been staying in the strike zone. He's induced trick plays. The only blemish is you see one hit on your screen. Jake Skull took him deep last weekend in Tacoma, Washington, and that is the greatest crime against humanity. I mean, maybe humanity. Peanuts is an elephant after all. It is a crime against something in this country, and I don't know if I'm willing to stand for it.
It's a crime against mammal kind, maybe?
Yes, that'll work.
Stop violence against mascots. Enough!
Split will sign on to that.
I'm joining the fight. Sign me up!
And hey, we are talking about the Clowns leader in ship this year, fellas. The guy can toss it, all right?
Oh, gosh. It's a small sample size. That is sprints and hits per inning for everybody at home. It's Banana Ball's version of whip. Peanuts against Jackson Olsen. And speaking of pounding the zone, he's already ahead 0-2.
Is the 38,000 here, are the 38,000 here ready for a Peanut strikeout?
They might not get an opportunity. Eli Payton has room to play with. He's going to tip it and catch it right ahead of that camera well. And Peanuts doing a funky dance on the mound. He gets his guy. Only takes 3 pitches to take care of Jackson Olsen.
The junk from the trunk comes up big again.
No nightmares, but you can still see the light. Come find me, I ain't in the city tonight. I like your playlist, boy, turn it up a little louder. The road's empty, so you drive a little faster. They take nothing at night, but I'm feeling alright. You're my 10 lines, low-rise rooftop down. It's golden now, all the time. It's a midnight sun kiss, get under the red sky, waiting on your chest like this. Hold me like the pebbles in your hand, great kisses in the sand. Yeah, summer isn't over yet. Skinny dipping with the heart out, yeah, something apart now. We ain't gotta tell no one. I'm never ready.
Derek Quetta singing us back from commercial break here on True TV.
There's absolutely nothing that this guy can't do for the Savannah Bananas. You're getting a musical performance from him every single weekend. You saw Footloose from Klenna a weekend ago in front of 101,000 folks in Neyland Stadium. And now he's taking the mound in back-to-back contests for this team, averaging 3 outs in 4 minutes and 47 seconds this year. But it was Klenna who had a hard time finding the strike zone in Knoxville, looking for better results here tonight in Kansas City.
Well, it's a mixed bag here for him because he's got the bottom 3 in the order. Normally, you would rejoice. Oh, bottom 3 in the order, that's awesome. It's Nico Holsizer, Chris Burgess, and Brian Dancero. Holsizer had the 3-run homer that walked off the 2nd inning, and he's now got 3 homers across these past 2 series.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see Nico Holsizer rocking up to the plate at this time of year anyway.
Well, we talk so much sometimes about the 3 true outcome hitters, which is either you hit a home run, you get a ball 4 sprint, or you strike out. Over 51% of Nico Holsizer's plate appearances this year have resulted in either a home run, a strikeout, or a ball 4 sprint. So you can kind of confidently assume, perhaps, that that's what we see here to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
And by the way, comes into the weekend leading the BBCL in strikeouts with 30. And this is the team that strikes out the most, the Indianapolis Clowns, right? It's very much a TTO kind of team. Going into the weekend, he leads the team by 9. So even on a high strikeout team, Nico Holsizer is swinging for the fences.
On the other side of the coin, time for the team lead with 15 ball 4 sprints.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it.
And of course, that 6th home run of the year he had earlier, that also knocks him at the top of the team leaderboard there. I'll tell you what, he's got the green light 3-0. See if Klenna gives him a cookie. No. That's not the kind of pitch you swing at a 3-0. That's one where you take your 90 feet. Good sprint defense by the Bananas. They get it to all 7 fielders behind Klenna and Leroy in short order. And it looks like Tristan Levesque is jogging out of the Bananas dugout. So it will be just the 4 pitches for Derek Klenna, who's trying to find his early season form again. So you go from the 34-year-old who has spent 14 years on Broadway after 1 year at UCLA, to Tristan Levesque, the 24-year-old out of Niantic, Connecticut, comes to Banana Ball after 5 years at the University of Rhode Island. And boy, he has been terrific in every role the Bananas give him.
Yeah, no earned runs in 8 1/3 innings pitched here in the month of May. His 3.57 earned run average ranks 8th among all qualified pitchers in Banana Ball entering play tonight.
Hey guys, we talked about a tough bottom of the order for the Clowns. There are 2 leaders, or the top 2 on the team, in pitches seen per at bat. Nico Holsizer at first base on a ball 4 sprint, and Chris Burgess at the plate right now.
High chopper for KJ, and he gets the throw to second just in time. Olsen lost the ball after he had secured it cleanly.
Clowns, please welcome Fisher Polydora.
And the Banana Ball chaos continues. Looks like we're going to get old Knuckles with a big-time plate appearance here. Fisher Polydora, the Banana Ball rookie. Not the offensive numbers he was hoping for so far in his young Banana Ball career.
One of the most interesting men in this league. The time-traveling ball player.
Which is saying something.
I introduced him to disco this weekend. That really blew his mind.
He should have lived through that. Was he born in 1948?
This isn't doo-wop.
Flash off for first, Polydora. He's got himself an extra base hit. 1 hop up against the wall. Mitchell will stop at third. And how about Fisher? A 2-bagger. And advances the inning-winning run to third.
And showing off the good old hustle as well, getting into second base for the Indianapolis Clowns. Now they've got something really cooking with the top of their order back up. Joe Gray Jr. with a single and an RBI ball 4 sprint tonight.
Fisher told me if he had a hit, he was dedicating that one to Elvis.
Heck yeah.
I had to break that news to him, too. It was tough. It's been a tough weekend so far for Fisher.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, he dedicates his first career extra base hit to Elvis. That's pretty darn cool. Joe Gray Jr. with a cloud scraper. Rack is making the call. Flash is going to deke towards home and then slam the brakes. Throw back to third in time. Ziegler heads up play. And Eric Fox is going to challenge. Flash requested it. His head coach immediately said, yeah, we're going to challenge that.
I think you have to. That's the inning-winning run at third base. Oh, what a heads-up play.
You need to see clear evidence that Malachi got this right hand to the bag before the tag hit him. That angle, Brian Bankston is blocking our view, but looking at it, I tell you what, you just can't see where the tag is at all. And here you can't see where his hand gets to the bag.
This might hold up because of the angles.
Exactly. In this scenario, that's exactly what you would expect to have happen is,
oh my gosh.
We got to look at
Go Great
review
Jr.
over here.
Tookus is blocking it. And I'll tell you what, just looking at it timeline-wise, you can't see it, but it looks like Flash got back ahead of the tag.
He's probably in there.
I think he's probably in there.
Probably in there.
But you need clear evidence to show you that.
You can't assume.
Correct.
You know what that does to us.
The ruling on the field stands as called.
Yep, did not have the angle. Trey Hudson confirms it. And that is a brutal turn of events for the Clowns. They had the inning-winning run at third with no outs. They failed to score Flash, as we'll get it down to the field.
Hello, fans of Kansas City. Here at Banana Ball, we love love. And tonight, we want to be able to celebrate that love. And what better way to celebrate than a good old-fashioned mime off? Down here on the field with me, I've got Owen and Allison and Heather and Donnie. And we understand it's been a while since these fellas have serenaded their ladies, so we're going to give them a shot right here. All right. Are you ready? Play that track. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, sweet darling. Please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Ain't too proud to plead, baby. Please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Okay, all right. Not too bad. Give it up for our very first contestants, Heather and Donnie.
Yeah, that was cute.
All right.
But I got Owen and Allison that are ready to go. DJ, hit it. Woo! If you're on it, let's do it. Riding my pony, my saddle, waiting, coming, jump on it.
All right. That's enough. Whew. Kansas City, a little hot in here. All right. Well, it's now time for you, the fans, to decide. Was it Heather and Donnie? Oh, well, I think I know how this is going to go.
Or was it Owen and Allison?
Give it up for your winners of Will You Be Mime.
Leading off for the Savannah Bananas, number 5.
We go to the top of the sixth inning from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Indianapolis Clowns holding on to a 2-1 lead that they have had since the end of the third inning. Kobe Robinson, the new man on the mound, taking over for Peanuts the Elephant. Nice stab. Eli Payton's going to take care of D.R. Meadows. No! Prime couldn't squeeze the behind-the-back attempt over at first. Trying to put a bow on what would have been his second double trick play that he flourished here tonight. And Jackie Bradley Jr., welcome to the broadcast, my friend.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Great, Jackie. How are you?
I'm great. I got no complaints.
Yeah, if I was any better, I think it would be illegal.
I feel you.
This is about as good as it gets. And as the strike is poured into Dan Oberst, I've got to know, you ended your illustrious MLB career in 2023 with a season here in Kansas City. Now you get to be back in the outfield at Kauffman Stadium. How cool is this?
It's amazing. I love it here. The fans have always been amazing. And it's just an amazing place to just hang out and relax. Everybody's pretty calm here, so that's what I enjoyed about Kansas City.
Now, Jackie, I mean, you've been to Kansas City plenty of times. 4 career home runs, by the way, here in Kauffman during your major league career. But were you ever able to make it out to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum before?
Oh, speaking of homers.
Foul, go foul, go foul.
Robert Anthony Cruz. Foul ball.
Yes, I've been to the museum 5 times.
And that includes yesterday?
Yes. Yes, I've been 5 times. And I feel like I retain something new each and every single time. Bob Kendrick does such an amazing job of making you feel like you're there. He's one of the best storytellers I've ever heard.
Couldn't agree more. Ball and a strike now on Rack.
Jackie Cam here, you've obviously played all around Major League Baseball. You won a World Series at Dodger Stadium. You called Fenway Park home for many years. Where does this ballpark rank amongst that with the fountains behind you and a full house tonight?
Top 12. Yeah, top 12 for sure. I mean, this place is beautiful.
We'll take that.
Catch it. One. That way, JoJo.
2. The top 12 sounds right. I'll tell you what, it's shocking that it was built in 1973.
Yeah, it's been around a while. From what I hear another one's coming up pretty soon. About 2 years.
That's the plan.
Yeah, we know how plans go.
Alexiadis 0 for 2. As Kobe Robinson trying to pick up his defense. Could have been out of this inning already if not for the trick play missed. But nobody better to handle the adversity than Hot Sauce. What's it been like sharing a locker room with Kobe?
He's the life of the party. He enjoys the moment, making people laugh. And he's a great guy, just all around to kind of just be able to lighten the mood a little bit. Sweeney.
Step back.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen him without a smile. Dancer out. Behind the back.
For the love of the game.
JBJ, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank y'all so much. See y'all soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jackie. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Jackie Bradley Jr. and the Indianapolis Clowns lead 2-1 as we head to the home half of the 6th.
As we salute our hometown heroes of the night. We thank you for your service and commitment to our great country. To our police officers, to our firefighters, to our nurses, to our EMS workers, to our dispatchers, and to our school teachers. The Clowns and Bananas, thank you.
You are watching Banana Ball on True TV, presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Overhead look at over 38,000 fans who have come together here in the heart of America, Kansas City, Missouri, to enjoy the young sport of Banana Ball. The Indianapolis Clowns up 2-1 on the namesake of the sport, the Savannah Bananas. 5.5 innings in the books. Jackie Bradley Jr., Bobby Leday, and Joe Lytle due to swing it here in the bottom of the 6th. JBJ fresh off the mic with us.
And Josh and Biko, we talked about how important that play was to end the last inning. That was the inning-winning run. And we didn't even mention that one of the best hitters in the sport was on deck in Jackie Bradley Jr. Could be crucial in this game.
In case you're just tuning in, that was Malachi Mitchell thrown out trying to get back to third base on a fly out to left. Great play by Alex Ziegler as the cutoff man, redirecting the throw from Rack. There's JBJ, 2 balls and a strike. Fly out to his counterpart in center, DR, his first time, and then was robbed of a knock his second time. Great play by Noah Nisnik on the mound.
He's gotten some tough lefties every time up. Not a favorable matchup for the lefty hitter.
Able to spoil that heater from Tristan Levesque out for his second inning of relief. No catch in the stands. Levesque came in with a runner on first and no outs an inning ago. And was able to strand Derek Klena's man. Now KJ making the call. He will tip towards Cox, who's going to knee juggle to the bare hand. Double trick play. Second time KJ and Cox have teamed up for one already here tonight.
Yeah, those guys are just so good at communicating with one another, and they do so early. You saw Cox do that in the 4th inning of play, and there it was Kyle Jackson waving off that play very early, communicating, I'm the man in charge of this play. And from there, Coxie knew exactly what to do to get the Bananas now up to 5 trick plays.
The Houston kid, Bobby Leday, popped to the right side. Jackson Olsen backpedaling. And we'll catch it the old-fashioned way. An adventurous route to the banana ball. So the wind had it spiraling up ahead. We'll have to take his word for it. Tell you what, out on the Party Plaza, we had Joe Gray Jr. earlier today. That was as windy as I think it's ever been up there.
Yeah, and you can see the wind still waving, you know, pretty high fashion right now. All the flags out there in right center field blowing pretty well. So we've seen 3 home runs in this contest. Certainly helped the batters a little bit. But now in a dry spell when it's come to home runs as Levesque will miss, and now behind 2-0.
Yeah, we have really settled in to a duel here.
Oh, good hack, Joe Lytle. Behind 2-1 now. Struck out his first time, a rare K. Only his 3rd of the year. And then got his revenge on Nisnik, an inning-winning double to close the 3rd. Give the Clowns the 2-1 lead that they still hold right now.
Guys, we're an inning or a pitch away from 3 straight scoreless innings after 10 in the first 3.
Another 2-2 from Levesque to Lytle. That one just misses. Great take. All 3 times to the dish tonight. Joe Lytle has worked a full count. As he sprays this one to 3rd. Good job by KJ, sticking with a tough hop. Ziggy the scoop on the other end. Kyle Jackson the trick play. And Levesque authors a 1-2-3 inning, inducing 3 trick plays.
Yeah, much needed 3 trick play frame for the Bananas. Still trying to chase that equalizer point, but it's going to take a lot more in this ballgame if they want to earn it. Nonetheless, Bananas, goal right now, keep posting those zeros.
Time for a royal flush, my friends.
To Dizzy Bat while the music plays, and we're going to see who still stands when the music stops. The last one standing will be our winner. All right, are you guys ready? Hit it! All right, reset, reset.
Yeah, bro, all right, get up. Hey, you're going again, you're going again.
Dizzy Bat, Dizzy Bat, Dizzy Bat, Dizzy Bat. Woo, come on. Turn, turn, flush it, flush it, flush it, flush it. Come on. All right, and now for our final round. Spin it, spin it, spin it. Flush, 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 flush. All right, who's it gonna be? Well,
ourselves a wild finish here to the Royal Flush. Race to the chair, collision. And somehow the chair survives that. I mean, that was, I thought the chair imploded there. High octane action, another look. Boom!
Crappy finish, if you ask me.
Happy that none of those turds got hurt.
I see Biko running like that to the press box restroom once a weekend.
There were some royal flushes in Biko's hotel room this weekend. Let me say.
Casey Barbecue will do wonders on the system. What a play, Matt Wolf taking a hit away from Kyle Jackson.
Looked like for a split second, Matt Wolf might have been thinking about a trick play there for the Clowns, but they're up by 7 right now, and he just had a heck of a play to rob Kyle Jackson of a knock. It's exactly why the Clowns continue to utilize him as the designated fielder most every game. As you get a look at the numbers for Kobe Robinson, who is not allowed a run in his last 5 and now 2/3 innings pitched.
He was key to that Saturday win last weekend in Tacoma. Kobe Robinson was, an inning in 2/3 scoreless at a crucial point in the middle of the game. I mean, talk about a value pick. 81 out of 88. Hot sauce has been huge the last couple of weekends.
Whiff from Leroy, evening up the count on the Bananas catcher. And this is exactly what Eric Fox and company thought they were getting when they snagged Kobe with pick number 81 and that 11th round kid out of Alcoa, Tennessee.
How about that? Kobe, number 24, and pick number 81, Kobe's career high.
Can't make it up.
How can you not be romantic about banana ball?
Leroy shoots this the other way past the dive of Wolf, and it'll get past Gray as well. Uh-oh. Bill's rounding second. He's getting a windmill from Tyler Gillum. Relay from Prime. Not in time. Bill Leroy, Little League inside the Parker.
Well, that is unbelievable from Bill Leroy. Started to slow down at the very end, but you see the replay about as close as it gets here. Clowns have already elected to use their challenge. The question is, I don't think the fans elected to either. So that call going to stand in favor of the Savannah Bananas, no challenge. And Bill Leroy, all the hustle he could, he put into that one to score for the Bananas. Their first run since the 3rd inning of play tonight.
We got to get the last time Bill had an inside the park homer. We've got to do some digging on that.
There's an E9 associated with that, fellas.
Yes, that's
I don't want to take that away from Bill, but
correct. That's a single in 270 feet, courtesy of Joe Gray Jr. Only his second error of the year, and now a 2-0 count on Max Young Goldberg. Big swing and a miss. Yeah, the Clowns burned their challenge in the 5th inning. A good play to try and flip. It was the inning-ending call of Flash out at 3rd, trying to retreat back to the base. Just didn't have an angle that could really show you a good shot of it. So the call could not be overturned. And then, you know, that's a situation where you want it badly there.
And talk about some close calls. Again, we go back to Malachi Mitchell getting back at 3rd base. We didn't really have an angle. And then that one, we did have the angle, but it was so bang, bang. Uh-oh. Goes over Leday's head into left field on the ball 4 sprint.
Young Goldberg thinking about 3 bases on the sprint. He'll get it. Nobody covering 3rd for the Clowns. They weren't even sure who the final Clown had to be to touch it out of the 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher. So that's back-to-back defensive miscues from Indianapolis.
After such a great start, especially in the trick play department, it's just been little things the last couple innings since the ball stopped leaving the yard.
Young Goldberg, his team leading 20th sprint drawn this year, as the Clowns have to draw their infield in.
And he's posted an on-base percentage of .667 here in the month of May. He's been working counts so gosh darn well for the Savannah Bananas. It's almost like you've got two Ryan Coxes in that lineup.
Beautiful barehanded catch in foul territory. One-handed snag by that man. Takes care of Cox.
And now the boos are pouring into Kauffman Stadium. This might be a Clowns headline show, but there are still a lot of folks rooting for the guys in yellow tonight.
Hitter! Dakota Stilts! Oh, Breton.
What a time to call on the tallest athlete in the known universe. Dakota Albritton, a living legend here in his 6th Banana Ball World Tour. And starting to heat up. Had his first hit in Yankee Stadium just over a month ago. Followed it up with another knock in Truist Park, home of the Braves, a couple weekends after that.
And I learned this weekend, our pal Stilts, never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Shocking.
Bummer.
Right back up the chute. Stilts has done it again. JBJ's throw to first. It pulls Prime off the bag. Dakota Stilts Albritton, another knock. And this one comes with a stake to go as well.
They have all come in big league parks. And that throw from JBJ went into the dugout, so Stilts getting an extra 90 feet as well in scoring position.
Manners dancing with Maceo out in left field to celebrate the Stilts ribeye. His first run driven in of his 6th year as a Savannah Banana.
He says, who's Buffy, man? I'm just slaying baseballs out here.
Jackson Olsen ahead 1-0. Slider just misses the outside corner. It's a sinker and changeup in the arsenal for Kobe Robinson as well, as Ty Jackson has taken back over for Stilts. It was his spot in the order that Albritton pinch hit in. There is re-entry in Banana Ball. But Stilts is now burned for the game as Wolf, tough hop, sticks with it, whips it between the legs. In time to nab Olsen at first. Trick play to close it out, but a couple runs come across for the Bananas. And they've got a chance to tie this game. Going to the bottom of the 7th. YouTube, it's just us, and I'll tell you what, that was a DQ shake snag. The fan who caught the foul ball won free DQ for their row, and you can win at home by scanning this QR code to download the DQ app and earn your own rewards. And when I say this QR code, I mean this QR code.
Cam, good job, man. I respect it. You got the phone out, you're scanning the QR code yourself. A man of high taste.
Come on now. I'm not passing up this opportunity.
Good. How can you pass up a shake, maybe a blizzard treat?
What a roller coaster ride of a ball game we've got on our hands here in Kansas City. The Clowns lead 2-1 through 6.5 innings of action, but the Bananas 2 runs on the board in the top of the 7th. If they can limit Indianapolis to 1 run or less, we'll be tied at 2 with only 2 innings remaining.
Yeah, now they're turning things over to Jacob Azala. Getting the ball for the 14th time. That is the second most of any Bananas pitcher. Has a 3-to-1 strikeout to ball four sprint ratio. One of 3 Bananas pitchers with a 3-to-1 ratio this season. And his .231 opponent's batting average, the best mark on the Bananas, as his first pitch is skied in foul territory. And Alex Ziegler leaps and snags that banana ball behind his back.
And a cute little hop for Ziggy here in his 5th World Tour to go with the behind-the-back snag.
And each of the last 2 trick plays, they've been turned by the designated fielders. Matt Wolf for the Clowns, and now Alex Ziegler of the Savannah Bananas.
Talk about a start to your outing for Bazela. Hottest bat in the league right now. He says, let me cool that down for you.
Correll Prime cannot be stopped. Right back up the middle. His second knock on the night.
And to your point, Josh, we are on pace for quite the banana ball inning. In the top half, we get single 3-base error, a 3-base ball 4 sprint, an RBI from a guy on stilts, and then the logo play from the logo, and a designated fielder trick play to start the bottom half. I mean, come on.
And I hate to say that, but before that, the Clowns were pretty much playing flawless defense, and the sprint you saw from Kobe Robinson, that was the first of the night from any Indianapolis Clown. And pitching has been what's been a struggle for them as the home squad kind of reared its ugly head there in the 7th as Peyton lifts this into left center, and Robert Anthony Cruz calls up D.R. Meadows to make the catch.
Sure, it's one of those, just like Olsen an inning ago, where the wind playing tricks on these fielders. More tremendous juggling and balance skills on display from Spencer, now over on the 3rd base side. Look out, Nico Holsizer.
And the test here is whether they can finally get Holsizer out. 3-run walk-off homer, ball 4 sprint.
Fooled on the breaking ball. It's a slider and a curveball Bazela's got. Fastball, high 80s, low 90s. Splitter and a knuckleball as well. Pretty unique arsenal from the North Huntington, Pennsylvania native. Bananas' 10th round draft pick.
Look out, Spencer. Juggling the bowling pins and the banana ball. And speaking of bowling pins, Nico Holsizer's dad, just a 2-time national champion bowler, 44 perfect games.
It's 44 more than I have. Maybe one day.
I pinned you for at least like 10.
No.
No?
No, I've never even hit 200, I don't think. I think 156 is my career high.
Does Wii bowling count?
It should.
Well, that would be a different story.
Then me and Mr. Holsizer have a game.
Nico gets his second sprint of the ball game. Prime was off on the pitch, so Nanners are going to need some slick defense to keep him from scoring. That is exactly what they deliver. Correll goes first to 3rd. And Nico wins the battle between the Keystone State kids. Holsizer out of Mountain, PA. Couple big Tigers at the corners. Prime on 3rd, Holsizer on 1st. Another big old bear in the box, Chris Burgess. He has reached both times tonight. Double back in the 3rd inning, then got aboard on a fielder's choice in the 5th. And he demolishes this. If it's fair, it is gone. It is way gone. Chris Burgess, a behemoth blast. And the Clowns flip the script on the 7th inning. They walk it off. They're up 3-1.
Chris Burgess, show me something in the show me state. They come back again. These bats cannot be silenced. You want offense. You get a lot of it. Usually it's across the parking lot at Arrowhead. Tonight, it's with the Clowns.
And fellas, Burgess had a career-high 3 runs batted in last weekend on Sunday in Tacoma. Now he's got 3 runs batted in back-to-back games for Indianapolis.
Just took one swing from Chris Burgess to walk off the 7th inning. Clowns up 2 points. It's been a home run derby tonight here in the K. It started with Dan Oberst. 2 batters into the ball game. A linear line drive shot out to left field. That was the difference in the first inning. Gave the Bananas their only point in the ball game. To the delight of MJG and company. Then Bill Leroy, an inning later. 2 batters into the second. Solo shot to the bullpen out and left. 4th of the year for the Nanners captain. It would not be enough to win the second inning, though, because in the bottom half, well, hey, let's get a look at Bill Leroy's Little League inside the park home run. Instead, single and an error from Joe Gray Jr. That'll do the job. And now we reverse course and go all the way back to the home run that did win the second inning. 3-run shot, Nico Holsizer. And then, of course, Chris Burgess. 3-run Jimmy Jack to walk off the 7th. Gage Voorhees, the new man on the mound. Collegiate Banana, teammate of D.R. Meadows, summer of 2022. Then a visitor on Banana Ball's developmental team in 2024. Finished that tour with the Firefighters. Was with the Bananas last year as that one's bounced to Peyton. He'll go between the legs. No scoop from Prime. So it'll be a trick play missed from Eli Peyton. Only his 3rd this year.
I mean, the Bananas right now will take anything that they can get from the Indianapolis Clowns. All of a sudden, some very shoddy defense from the Clowns. And for Gage Voorhees, doesn't look like he'll be able to post another minute and 24-second inning like he did last year here in Kauffman Stadium. Still the fastest inning of his Banana Ball career.
Not a spot you want to be in. Behind 2-0 on Dan Oberst as he launches this deep out to right center. Playable, though. JBJ calls off Joe Gray. And a big bounce back there. Out number 1 for Voorhees. Robert Anthony Cruz lined out his last trip, scolded it straight to Gray in right. Before that, a ground out and an RBI sprint. Voorhees will take the easy out at first as Meadows advances up to second base. 2 down now. And you see with 14 trick plays for the Clowns compared to just 7 for the Bananas, equalizer point hopeless for Savannah. That's why Voorhees and Bradley Jr. not going for any trick plays on the fly out or ground out.
Especially once you have a guy on base with the Savannah Bananas. You just don't want to gift them anything else. And it's good speed in Meadows as Alexiadis pounds this into the dirt. Leday with a high throw, but Prime at 6 feet 5 inches. A great enough wingspan to haul that one in. And we go to the middle of the 8th inning. It is still a 3-1 Clowns lead.
Pull out your phones and let's light up the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Let's light up the sky, Kansas City. And please join us in singing as loud as you can. What a wonderful world. Let me hear you, Kansas City. Y'all sound beautiful.
You're watching Banana Ball on True TV, presented by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And what a scene here in Kauffman Stadium, home of the Kansas City Royals. Over 38,000 fans on hand. Third banana ball game ever played here in the K. And they are lighting up the sky. What a wonderful world by Louis Armstrong playing.
But we're all thinking it. What a night.
You're telling me. Pico Scala here with Cam Stewart and Josh Talevsky as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. A historic evening. The Indianapolis Clowns, only their third ever headliner game. Their first two were in Victory Field in Indianapolis. Can't get much more apropos than that. The home city of the legendary Negro Leagues team. But here in Kansas City, the first ever headlining series in a big league park in the birthplace of the Negro Leagues. And the Clowns have showed up ready to rumble. The home run might from last weekend at Tacoma against the Party Animals has made it to the Midwest as Danny Hosley, the best closer in the sport, looks to keep the deficit at 3-1 going into the final inning where every run counts as a point.
Yeah, the Bananas unable to earn that equalizer points. They're not trying to go down by any greater amount of points in this contest, so they turn to Danny Hosley leading the tour with a 0.56 earned run average, and he is yet to allow a home run this season, which is pretty important considering we've seen the Clowns with some pretty big bombs against this Bananas pitching staff tonight.
Bottom of the order, Brian Dansereau, the 10-hole hitter. High fly ball out to right. Alexiadis on his horse will grab it the old-fashioned way, and that is the official concession of the equalizer point chance for the Bananas right there.
And we talked about it so much in the open, guys, but this is the time that you're circling. What you saw last weekend, just over 10 minutes left in a ball game on the clock. 8th inning, it's where the Clowns have really done damage. The difference this time, they were tied on Saturday and got the win. They were down by 2 on Sunday. They're up 2 tonight.
Foul ball. KJ's going to show off the arm anyhow.
Nonetheless, you just can't let up offensively in any capacity because every run counts for a point in the 9th inning. You don't want to chance anything. You'll take as much insurance as you can possibly get.
Look out! Ooh. Joe Gray Jr. doing his best Keanu Reeves in the Matrix impersonation right there. And the 1-2, yeah, that's what you follow it up with. 12-6 curveball, called strike 3. Hosley certainly didn't want the fastball that close to Joe Gray Jr.'s noggin, but when it happens, yeah, you follow it up with a front door bender.
And wicked movement as well from Danny Hosley, one that has Joe Gray Jr. completely frozen. But Jackie Bradley Jr. is not faced by the best closer in banana ball. He laces this down the right field line, and he will slide into second base with a 2-out double.
Jackie Bradley Jr. loves him the month of May, guys. 4 for 5 last Sunday in Tacoma. 10 years after, he was the American League Player of the Month and a 29-game hitting streak in May of 2016. He loves this time of year.
Just like that, the inning-winning run in scoring position. Flash pinch runs for JBJ.
And that's the perfect example. You don't want to let up offensively. You see it from the Clowns right there, the mentality. Put your fastest guy in scoring position. Hope Leday, batting over 400 with guys in scoring position this season, can come through and make it a 4-1 game.
Changeup misses high after the curveball missed low. 2-0 count on the ever-dangerous Bobby Leday. High pop, left side. KJ's gonna run out of room, hoping for some help from the fans. They do not get it. Looked like a kid had a good shot with the glove, just barely came up empty.
That's with the glove too, Biko, you said it. Tough break.
Just an exciting strike. 2-1 count now on the Clowns' number 3 hitter and shortstop. Jam shot, a much more catchable ball for the fans. They jump away from it. jackknifing out of the way in fear. Understandably so. Banana balls are very hard. Glad to see the souvenir end up in friendly hands. 2-2. Bouncer. Ziggy's going after the ball, flipping it to Hosley offline. Good job by Danny to knock it down. That saved the inning for now. Boy, it was a squibber from the day. It was going to be a tough play. He can really fly. The official scoring decision.
That's a hit for me.
Infield single.
And hey, he was Mr. 8th inning last weekend. We talked about it. Joe Lytle sparked both those rallies. It's not a rally here necessarily because you're up, but a chance to bring in a key insurance run after a quick couple of outs to start the frame.
Lytle and Hosley both started their banana ball journeys in 2023 on opposite sides of the Bananas Party Animals rivalry. They have had so many big battles in the clutch as Lytle acknowledges the fantastic Vulcan changeup. He's behind 0-2.
I mean, talk about it. Like, one of the toughest outs in the sport and the toughest pitcher in the sport. I mean, this is great theater right here, right before they're all about to count.
With the inning-winning run 90 feet away, the fastest player in the history of the sport. Fastball called, strike 3. Beautiful front door heater. Freezes Lytle, who has words for Trey Hudson. Hosley fired up, escaping the jam unscathed. You got another look? I'd file it under the too close to take. This is what it means to go to the final inning in banana ball. Every run scored counts as a point, and if we are tied at the end of our final inning, we will go to showdown tiebreakers.
And we've seen the Bananas. They've been a pretty good offensive team in the 9th inning of play this season, when they played as the away team against the Clowns on the 28th of March in Angel Stadium. Had 2 runs that became points in the 9th inning, and they just so happened to come against the man who has been tabbed to be the closer tonight for the Indianapolis Clowns, Dion Reynoso.
So fun to see the twin brother of legendary Banana, Levon Reynoso, in the clutch, trying to nail down this save. The pride of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Couple years in the Los Angeles Angels minor league system. He is a flamethrower.
Get up to the mid-90s, and that arm is well rested. Pico did not pitch last weekend in that series in Tacoma. You think he's fired up for this one? Chance, the first time the Clowns host here in MLB Ballpark, a chance to take down the Bananas.
And his first save opportunity of the season, no less. This is a very fun situation for Reynoso. It's the Clowns as a team, 5 for 5 when it's come to saves and their save opportunities.
I think Chris Burgess might have been crossed up there.
And even though, guys, you see the 9 ERA, he's a tough guy to hit. He's got as many ball force sprints as he does strikeouts in his 9 innings of work this year. So obviously in banana ball, that contributes a lot to giving up some runs.
Kyle Jackson ahead 2-0. Bill Leroy's on deck.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're being knocked around the yard.
100%. And it's a lot of feast or famine for Dion, who misses high with the heat. When he's in the zone, he can be as tough to hit as anybody. He's touched 98 with the fastball. He sat 95 last year in the Frontier League, but cannot find the zone with any of his 4 pitches to KJ, who is trying to hustle out a 2-base sprint, and he will get it. Dan Sirota Banks, the final 2 Clowns who needed to touch that ball before it was live. And KJ will give way to JT Sokolov, the Bananas designated runner.
Well, one, you just want a little additional speed on the bases, but it could be setting up a potential golden batter situation where Jackson gets a second look at Reynoso, having already seen 4 pitches from the righty tonight.
Bill Leroy's having a fantastic night. Homer his first time. Then he lined out to short and singled in the 7th. Ball got by Joe Gray Jr. He got a Little League inside the park home run. Fastball misses high and tight. 5 straight balls from Reynoso, now facing the game's tying run at the plate. High fly, playable. Dancero with the call. He makes the catch. Sokolov will fake the tag towards third, and Bryant shows off the howitzer. Big first out.
And now we see Dancero out and right. Kirkland Banks taking over in left, and Cowboy Joe moves to center. And that ball four sprint, it looked like he just had a little trouble getting the ball out of the glove, which might have made a play at second, but honestly, it was pretty close anyway.
Young Goldberg to prime. Off his back foot, gets it to Dion Reynoso in plenty of time. Sokolov over to third, but the Bananas down to their final out. And it looks like we are going to get a golden batter.
Kansas City. The Savannah Bananas are invoking the golden batter rule. Stepping in for Ryan Cox is your golden batter, KJ Kyle Jackson.
So KJ gets his second look at Reynoso here in the top of the ninth. He worked the ball four sprint that started this frame. Sokolov stands on third in his stead. KJ a double his second time tonight. He's 1 for 3. And he represents the game's tying run. Fastball just misses low. Burgess is hot.
You think he didn't like that call?
Had to take a few steps out in front of home to cool off.
Chris Burgess wants showman. He wants this game done.
And an insight into how badly the Clowns want this win. Maybe a makeup call there to even up the count. This one lofted. Center field. Joe Gray Jr. tracks it down. The Indianapolis Clowns take down the Savannah Bananas in their first ever headlining game in a big league park. Night one in Kansas City belongs to Indianapolis.
The lights are bright. The place is packed. It's the home of the Negro Leagues. Put it in the museum. That's 3 in a row for the Indianapolis Clowns, and the first one over the Nanners this year.
Well, it was a heartbreaking 2-game series loss for the Clowns against the Nanners in Angel Stadium at the end of March. And a heck of a way to get revenge. In front of over 38,000 fans here in Kansas City, Chris Burgess and the Indianapolis Clowns take down the namesake of the sport. And Burgess is our showman of the game. You get a look at his double back in the third inning. That kick-started the 3-run rally. Clowns stealing a point right there, and then Burgess the 3-run blast in the 7th. An inning that the Clowns were down 2 in, and all of a sudden, a point in their direction. That's the difference between a 2-2 game and a 3-1 victory. As you get a look at the numbers for Burgess, the Clowns, and the Bananas in this wild series opener.
Yeah, that home run, a little bit of insurance for the Clowns. The bats paid big dividends all season, but give him credit for his work behind the plate tonight. The Clowns only surrendering 2 sprints. For more with Burgess, here's Rex Castillo.
Seal the win. What does this win mean for the Indianapolis Clowns against the namesake of the sport, Chris?
Hey, man, big shout out to the Bananas, man. Tough team to beat right there. We just came out and played our game, came out with a W, y'all.
And look, Kansas City means so much to the Clowns. What do you have to say for the energy that Kansas City brought tonight?
Shout out Bob Kendrick. Shout out Bob Kendrick, baby. We love you, baby. Let's do it.
And guys, that'll do it. Our showman of the game. Let's head it up to Biko and everybody up in the booth.
Let's go.
Thank you very much, Rex. Chris Burgess, the pride of Lithonia, Georgia. One of the best accents in the sport. And how blessed we are that we got to hear it as well as the full capacity crowd here in Kansas City, as we welcome you back inside with Josh Talevsky, our dear man Cam Stewart. I am Biko Scala. It has been a heck of a Saturday night here. Cam, the first ever 3-game winning streak in the history of the Clowns.
I mean, you just can't silence those bats right now. That's what it was. It was the long ball, it was the big hits. And how about Chris Burgess? We just heard from him as the showman. When we got on the bus today, Chris Burgess, a fist bump to everybody saying, win the day, win the day. Well, put up or shut up. He put up big time, fellas. A couple extra base hits, big time home run, and what a night for the Clowns here just in the shadow of the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame and Museum.
Well, the Clowns won the day. We'll see tomorrow afternoon if they can win the series. It will be a 3 p.m. first pitch Central Time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern. And it is going to be the conclusion of the first ever Indianapolis Clowns headlining series in a big league park. What a wild one it was tonight. A big shout out to our entire cast and crew. It starts with our control room in Savannah and our director, Keegan Woods, and for our producer here in Kansas City, Mr. Chadwick Folkstead, the executive producer of Bananas Television, Mr. Josh Richardson, Rex Castillo down on the field, my guys in the booth, Cam Stewart and Josh Talevsky. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. The Clowns 3-1 victors. We'll see you right back here on the Indianapolis Clowns YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon, as well as the CW. And of course, we will see you